don't know me, my name is Shannon, and I'm a sophomore here. And even if you don't know me, you might know me as the girl who went to her first college class with a crusty dead leaf in her hair. Okay? Nobody informed me of this until about halfway through the class when we were doing introductions, which was appreciated, because having a dead leaf in your hair is sort of like having something stuck in your teeth, except it's on your face too, so you can see it all the time. So it's a little bit worse. But, I'd like to say that I don't find myself in these sort of awkward situations a lot, but that would be a lie. However, I like to think that I've, over the years, gotten a little bit better at dealing with them, and, I fix them and sort of make the best of it. And while I don't know if this is true, situations definitely keep happening. So today I have a few stories for you that I hope you can either relate to, kind of take some advice from, or just be happy that you haven't found yourself in similar situations. So first off, I want to talk about blind dates. Okay? So last year I went on my first one ever with an athlete from Carleton, and I thought it was off to a good start. I was just asking him, how do you like Carleton? He said, it's great, except for all those weird artsy kids. Which, considering my involvement in the arts, is, obviously we had a lot in common right off the bat. So it was going well. And it continued, and we were actually with another couple. Stayed as a double blind date, so double the awkwardness. And the other girl ordered a hamburger. And my date was so excited because he said he hadn't seen or met any girls that weren't vegetarians at Carleton, so he was like so enthusiastic about this. And then I was like, well, I'll have the veggie sandwich. He was like, ooh. Sorry, and I was like, well, it's okay, we can just move forward, and, it continued, and it was fine, but at the end of the night, he didn't ask me what I was doing afterwards, or for my number, but he did ask for Carleton Hamburger Girl's number, so it was good. So, I thought, it's okay, really. So I thought, how am I going to deal with this? And really, I didn't have to, because, he went to Carleton, and I probably didn't have to see him again. But then, what do you do when you see him at a cross-country race the next fall? Well, yes, number one, I do run cross-country. It's shocking. And number two, you just avoid him and run. That's when you use your skills. It's double the fun. So that's how you deal with a situation like that. And the next situation I'm going to talk about is what to do when you accidentally leave a thong in a guy friend's room. Okay, so it's not what you're thinking. It's much more exciting, actually. It's a laundry incident. So it was like the first 2 weeks into freshman year, and rude, but typical. So anyways, first 2 weeks into freshman year, and a friend and I are doing laundry for the first time. And then, so we're doing it successfully, and then we get invited over to a friend's room to watch a movie. And we're all really excited because, it's, yay, friends, first couple weeks of college. So we go, and it's fun, and we leave, and then about a half hour later, I get a text that says, hey, did you leave a thong in my room? No, I don't think so. So I said no, and went along with it. And then later, when I was walking by his room, they had drawn a nice little visual lost and found sign on their whiteboard, right? And the thong was lime green and had glasses on it, lots of little hipster glasses, so I knew it was mine at that point. And I didn't really know still how it got there, but as it turned out, the friend that I was doing laundry with had brought her sheets into the room, and it had fallen out that way. So now the problem was, of course, I was not going to own up to it anymore. But I wanted it back because it was my favorite. So what do? You sneak into the room without telling him when he's gone, which is sort of a tense, high-stress, semi-sweaty situation. And then you get it back, and then you just don't tell him, and you don't ever talk about it again until the bitch of living. So there you go. He's out of town, so. So that's how you deal with that situation. And speaking of things that are uncomfortable and sweaty, pause dances, right? I don't want to know everything that has happened in here, I don't know about you. But I think a lot of us probably go into pause dances with a lot of expectations sometimes, and a lot of things happen that you're probably not quite sure how to deal with. But in my experience, I find that you either leave very sad or very happy, but the next morning you always wake up more sad. with whoever that person is in the caf at all costs, right? So then, another situation that happened about, I think it was interim of my freshman year. A couple of friends and I, one of my friends is a songwriter, and she wanted to show me a song that she had written, and this other friend. So we went to Bow Chapel, and it was like really late on a Tuesday night, of all things. And she goes and she plays the song, and I think it's really good, it's really upbeat and happy, and for some reason, I just started bawling, right? Like, really bawling, and I have no idea why. And I think the fact that I didn't know why was probably part of the problem. I didn't really know where I was at, and kind of gets you wondering, you know, are you valuing what you value, and are you really acting on that? And are you taking time to remember what's really important, and are you giving enough time to that? And so when you don't really know what the problem is, it can be hard to know how to fix it. So what do? I guess sometimes you break down in the chapel on Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. But I think other times you don't need to know how to fix it. And sometimes you just have to let it all out and let it be what it is, and trust that even though it might not be perfect or the way you imagined it, that it's okay. Thanks.